Hey guys, happy almost Friday. It has been a long week. I don't know about y'all. I wanted to hop on here tonight and talk about something that I get asked all the time, both on my social media and in my clinic. Before we get started, quick disclaimer, although I am a medical provider, I'm not your medical provider. So you always want to consult your medical provider before beginning any treatment. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about a question that I get all the time from y'all, from patients. They come in my clinic, you slide in my DMs and you say, how do I get glowing skin? How do I get glowy skin like yours? How do you make your skin bright? And it's a popular question, and it has a lot of answers. So what I want to talk about tonight is just what I call the meat and potatoes of how to get glowy skin. There are a million treatments, there are a million products. We could be here for the rest of 2020, but I want to focus on the meat and potatoes of what I believe kind of gives you that glow that I feel like everyone is always chasing after. You can build your regimen beyond what I talk about tonight, but tonight is just about the meat and potatoes. So there are 3 products that I believe contribute to the glow for the most part. And those 3 products are your vitamin C, your retinoid, and your sunscreen. And we're gonna briefly talk about all 3 of those tonight, as well as some recommendations that I have. I was lazy tonight and I did not bring all my products. And I don't have, honestly, all the ones we're gonna talk about tonight, but I will pop up on the screen and you can see the products that I'm talking about. And if you go into my description, they're all linked there. Shout out to my hubby, because I clearly would not be the one doing that, but super helpful. So let's talk about the big 3, the meat and potatoes of your skincare regimen. The first thing is vitamin C, and this one is super important. So what is vitamin C? We could talk about that for hours as well, but I want to keep things kind of just simple and easy to digest for someone who is not in the skincare field. Vitamin C is an antioxidant, and antioxidants help fight free radicals. And all you really need to know is that free radicals are bad guys. They damage your skin, they break down your collagen, they're up to no good. And what the antioxidant does is it kind of quenches the free radicals and helps to protect your skin. In the process of doing that, you're also going to get a glow. It's a side effect. And there are a million vitamin C's out there right now. Vitamin C is very trendy. You will see it in every product, your shampoo, your cleanser, your, lotion, it's everywhere. So it's really hard to know, okay, I hear you, I need a vitamin C. Which one am I supposed to use? So I will talk to you about 2 tonight. And I always like to give 2 options when I'm talking to patients about products, just because everybody has a different budget. And I always go into detail on where you can kind of skimp and save and where you can't. Vitamin C is definitely a product that you can't skimp on. You want to invest in a good vitamin C. If the vitamin C you're using is not stable, it's not doing anything. So the vitamin C you're gonna get at CVS, Walgreens, Target, it's not hurting you, but it's not doing the things that we know a stable vitamin C can do. So my recommendation is to splurge on the medical grade vitamin C. And the 2 we're going to talk about tonight, the first one's called Serum 10. It's honestly my most popular vitamin C that I sell in my clinic. And I think the reason for that is because it's very affordable. So vitamin C is not cheap. And if you do a quick Google search for the legit brands like Skinceuticals, Obagi, ZO, Skin Better, they're not cheap. So Serum 10 is a great option. It is 10% L-ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, and it's $70. So for some of you watching, you may be like, "Ooh, that sounds expensive." It is, but it's worth every penny. So Serum 10 is kind of my first option for someone who's wanting to start a vitamin C. isn't ready to come out of pocket a lot, or someone with acne. I like to pick this one because it doesn't have vitamin E in it, and E can sometimes break you out. So Serum 10 is a great option. It's probably my most popular among my patients and my followers. The second vitamin C is called Phloretin. Both of these are by Skinceuticals, by the way, and I'm a big fan of their antioxidants because they are patented by Duke, they are backed by science, and I'm confident in what I know that they can do. Phloretin's a little bit more expensive. It runs about $165. Both of these products are going to last you 4 to 5 months, just for FYI. But Phloretin is a great vitamin C because it also helps fight pigment. And a lot of people have pigment issues. So you think about melasma, just kind of like sunspots on your face. So if you're someone who has an issue with pigment, Phloretin's definitely the vitamin C that you go to. And both of these are linked in my description if you're interested. But these two are the vitamin C's that I recommend. There are many more that we don't have time to discuss in tonight's video or y'all will be snoring, but those are my two. So you have your Serum 10 and your Phloretin. Moving on. So the next product that really helps contribute to your glow and works beautifully with a vitamin C is a retinoid. So retinoids are topical vitamin A, antioxidants are topical vitamin C. So what a retinoid does is it helps increase your cell turnover. So what I always tell patients to keep it simple is it tricks your skin into thinking you're 15, 20, 25 again. And so it makes it turn over at a faster rate. You can get this as a prescription from your provider. You can also get an over-the-counter retinoid called Differin, which just went OTC, I think a couple years ago now. And then you can get retinols. You have to be careful with retinol because they're not all created equal. So the first is prescription. You can get obviously from your provider. And honestly, if you're seeing a dermatologist anyway, this is probably the best way to go because from a cost standpoint, if your insurance covers it, that's awesome. Not always the case, but when it is. The second is Differin, which you can get over the counter, but it's definitely a lower strength. So a lot of patients have to kind of move up. And some patients, because it is a gel, I believe, over the counter, I don't think they have a cream yet, it's a little bit drying. But they're both great products. For the retinol, so Skinceuticals is the retinol that I recommend. They've done a lot of studies with theirs, and they've put it head-to-head against tretinoin, which is topical prescription, rather, retinoid. Lost my train of thought there for a second. And the one that I recommend that you start with is their lowest strengths, which is 0.3, and that's linked as well below. All of these are good options. I think what's important for you to know as the consumer or the patient is that when you start a retinoid or a retinol, usually you will go through some period of adjustment. And so what that looks like is you may get a little peely, you may get a little bit red, you may get a little flaky, you may purge, which means you may kind of get a breakout and you're like, what am I doing? This lady told me I'm gonna get a glow and now I'm getting a breakout. That can happen, and that's actually normal. It's what we call an anticipated reaction. This can take different amounts of time for people to move through. So an anticipated reaction can take, some patients are like, I didn't notice much at all. Some say this took me 2 months to get through, and both of those are okay. So you wanna, in my opinion, start slow so that you can kind of ease into it. Otherwise, a lot of people fall off the wagon and they don't end up staying on their retinoid. And a retinoid is key to getting glowing skin, for sure. You want to start slow. So what I have patients do, and I'll see if hubby can put this up here as well so you guys can see it. But the first week you start twice a week, Monday and Sunday. The next week, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. And you basically increase by one night every week until you're tolerating it. It's gonna take some time. You're gonna get frustrated. It's all totally normal, but it's definitely gonna contribute to the glow. The last thing, and perhaps the most important, of getting glowing skin is sunscreen. And a lot of people are kind of like, why do I need to do that? Do not waste your time on any of the things I talked about tonight if you are not invested in a sunscreen. I don't care what sunscreen you use, as long as it has zinc. You want to be at least 5%, in my opinion. I will put a over-the-counter option up here and down below in my description, which is a Neutrogena sheer zinc, I think it's called, and it's cheap. It's under 10 bucks. You can get it at Walgreens, and it's got what you need. My probably favorite, which I'll link here, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know that it is my favorite, but Elta is a medical grade SPF, and it is, I believe, 9% zinc, which is well above, what I recommend, but it's super thin. So sunscreen, the problem that I find, the feedback that I get about it from patients coming to see me is that they don't mind wearing it when they're going to the beach because it's a little thick and a little pasty, but they get it that you need it. But when I tell them that, like, no, you need to wear this every day for the rest of your life, rain or shine, unless you're living in a cave, they're like, ugh. So they become a little bit more concerned about what my mentor calls the cosmetic elegance of the product. How does it feel? Does it feel thick? Does it feel like it breaks you out? And so I don't care personally which sunscreen you're using, as long as it's got the right ingredients in it, but you need to be comfortable and not dread putting it on. So these are kind of the three things that encompass getting on your way to glowing skin. There are masks, there are facials, there are procedures, there are, microneedling. There's a million things that you can do to get a glow, up your glow, boost your glow. But these are your core meat and potatoes, how to get glowing skin, just kind of 101. So I'm going to go into detail in future videos about kind of plugins that you can use, but this is kind of the foundation of your skincare regimen. You cannot use a retinoid if you are breastfeeding or pregnant, but other than that, unless it's prohibited by your medical provider for whatever reason, in my opinion, if you're living and breathing, you should be using a retinoid because it's going to benefit you in the long run and in the short term. So these are the three things that kind of give you the glow that everyone's chasing. It's not a lot of things. You don't need 17 steps to improve your skin and get that glow, but you do need to be using the right product. So hopefully this was helpful tonight. If you guys don't already, please follow me on Instagram and feel free to message me and tell me that you saw this. I love interacting with my followers. If you could do me a favor and like this video if you enjoyed it, and you can actually save videos to, I think it's like a playlist. I'm still learning all this stuff. Subscribe to my channel so you can kind of keep up with all the new things that are happening, and if you can share this video with someone who has skin, I would greatly appreciate it. Feel free to comment, let me know what y'all want to see more info on. If you want to talk more about different vitamin C's than we talked about tonight, we can definitely get into that, but I wanted to keep things pretty simple tonight and just kind of give you guys bite-sized information about, broad questions that I get. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you soon.